When installing the new gauge monitor, I found that this mounting bracket, this mounting cup for the gauge is almost a perfect fit. Here's some extra screws. This is the mounting plate. What a pain to open. And it's metal, so you can bend it to shape, and there's the little screw that mounts the housing to the mount. The quart gauge is also listed under several other brand names, so there's an option there. When you're installing the gauge, I found that if you look here, the gauge is just too tight to fit in there. So I said okay, and wondering what to do, and I thought, well, okay, let's take it out and take a look at it. And the back of the gauge the back plate of the gauge is slightly larger than the gauge itself. So I said, looking around where I was sitting, I had a nail file, so I figured I'd just use a nail file on this right here and make it the same size as the gauge. Pretty simple there. I guess you could use a X-Acto knife and trim it up, and just keep working on it till it's a nice fit. And you can see that it's even, just about even all the way around. So try and push it on one more time here, and it looks like, oh, you don't forget to turn the gauge the correct way when you push it into the housing, because you can't turn it once it's in there. You'd have to push the gauge back out, and to do that I used a large screwdriver through the wire hole to push it back out if need be. But just once you get it the right size, you just give it a good tight squeeze and take a look, make sure it's even, and give it some more squeezes, and not quite all the way in yet. Let's try it one more time. There we go. Very nice. And that's the way it looks. It's pretty sharp, looks cool, and you should be able to mount it just about anywhere on the mower. I'm going to mount it, I think, in front of the control panel on the front. But with this mounting bracket, I think that you could put it even mounted on the steering column. Or on the panel below the driver's seat between your legs. You could also put it there if you wanted to. Here I'm just fiddling with the screw going through the bracket, but that's basically it. I thought I'd give it that review.